All right, let's just jump right in. If your social media feed is anything like mine, it's just been blowing up for the past couple of days. All this chatter, all these rumors about a massive, game-changing crypto bill here in the US. So what's really going on? We're going to cut through all that noise and get straight to the facts. You've probably seen posts that look just like this one, right? They're absolutely everywhere, and they're being fueled by this huge wave of retail excitement. The thinking is that the final text is all locked in, and we're just moments away from some huge announcement.
So that's the real question, isn't it? Does all this hype we're seeing online actually match what's happening on the ground in Washington, D.C.? I mean, is this thing really a done deal? And the answer, which is pretty fascinating, is kind of yes and no. The core of the rumor? It's absolutely true. There has been a monumental breakthrough. But, and this is a big but, those viral posts, they're getting the timeline just a little bit wrong. So the key is understanding what just happened and what still needs to happen next.
Okay, so let's start with the real story behind all these rumors. It all comes down to a private agreement, a deal that was just hammered out behind closed doors. So you got to understand, the single biggest roadblock that was holding up this entire piece of legislation, the Clarity Act, was this huge fight over stablecoin yields. The traditional banks were deeply concerned that if crypto companies could offer interest on stablecoins, customers would pull trillions, yes, trillions with a T, out of their savings accounts and pour it all into crypto. That was the standoff. So how do they break that stalemate? Well, this timeline tells the story. Back in late March, the key players reached what they called an agreement in principle. Then, on April 2nd, the new revised text of the bill was shared, but secretly with a very small group of Wall Street and crypto insiders for a final look. And it's the news of that private deal that leaked out and sparked the firestorm we're seeing on social media today.
Okay, so now let's talk about how this private deal actually translates into the official public process. Because, look, clearing that hurdle was huge, but it's not the final step, not by a long shot.
And here we have it. This isn't a rumor. This is an official confirmation, a direct quote from U.S. Senator Bill Hagerty. He confirmed that the Senate Banking Committee is gearing up to officially start moving this bill forward as soon as next week. So, what does moving the bill actually mean in practice? Well, here are the next concrete steps. First, the committee will formally kick off the process. Then they'll iron out a few of the remaining smaller details, things related to illicit finance and ethics rules. And finally, there will be a full committee vote. The goal is to get all of this done, believe it or not, by the end of April. Now we get to what's really the most important part of this whole thing. Why does this one bill matter so much? I mean, why is absolutely everyone so laser-focused on it? Because this bill represents a fundamental transformation. Right now, the U.S. crypto market is kind of a regulatory gray area, right? And that uncertainty has kept the really big, traditional investors sitting on the sidelines. The Clarity Act changes everything. It creates clear rules of the road, and, this is critical, it shifts a lot of the market oversight to the CFTC. That provides a stable, predictable legal framework. And the potential impact here it's just staggering. We are talking about trillions of dollars in traditional institutional capital, money from pension funds, from huge corporations, from endowments, all that capital that has been waiting for exactly this kind of regulatory clarity before they dive into the crypto market. This bill is the key that could unlock it all.
So let's wrap this all up. The private deal that was holding everything back, it's done. The official path forward in the legislature, it's now set, and it's scheduled to begin. It's really no longer a question of if this is going to happen, it's just a matter of watching the calendar over the next few weeks. The only real question left is, when?